Alright guys, here's another video for you. This is on replay controls, pretty much showing you how to use the replay controls in game and where you can find them if you don't know, and kind of what they're for. So we'll go ahead and get right into it here. So if you pause the replay, come to here, show controls, it'll show you. So that's like roll left, roll right, reset roll, that's the roll on the camera. These keyframes are important. So like say you're doing a replay analysis with you and a friend, or if someone is doing a replay analysis for you and you have a keyframe that you want them to look at and you're displaying it for them, or vice versa, you can use these to mark points in your video or in your replay that you can go back to and look at. So like say we're doing a replay analysis and you have a spot at like 220 that that you know. So you call out 220, we mark it when we're watching the replay, and then we can continue watching the replay, come back to them key points and go over the mistakes that was made or why they were made or what you could have done better or vice versa, you know. And then obviously you'll have down to remove the keyframe, right to move next to the next keyframe, or previous for the left. You can tap to rewind, or you can tap the right to fast forward. Left shift is to pause on keyboard and mouse. You can also hold that down for a speed menu. It's the same with controller. So if I change over to controller settings, that's how you do that with controller, depending on what controller you have. I have a PlayStation 5 controller. On Xbox, it'll be same button layout, just different buttons. But it'll tell you according to what controller you use. So you have the tap and you have the hold for the speed menu. Then you have the share button, which is like select on my, it's like normally select for PlayStation 4. It's replay FX menu. That's so you can put effects in, but you can, if you're on PC, you can just use, what is it? It's, I can't remember the name of it. I haven't used it in so long. And then you can use your right stick to zoom in and your left stick to zoom out. You can toggle the UI with 0, and that's the user interface on the bottom that shows you all your keyframes and what time you're at. You can switch focus with square if you tap it, or you can hold it down to get a menu. I'll show you how to use that. You can switch the cameras with triangle or hold it to do it. Kind of like, I'll go ahead and give you a rundown on all how that works. So right here, if we pause, say we have a keyframe we want to put right here, so you hold up on the D-pad, you can set a keyframe there. And then say you have another one, you know, on like why this goal was scored here. So say you noticed a mistake at 47 seconds, you'll apply another keyframe there. And then another one here. Trying to figure out why. That actually looks like a punish because of the save on the blue side. So it's probably just a lot of pressure. But, so now we got that. All we gotta do is we can hold left and it'll jump us back to that point where the goal was scored, and then the keyframe you put in for why it was scored. Same for the save, and then it'll jump back to the goal, and then you can hold, and you can just keep doing, you can either hold it or you can just keep tapping. But the holding it takes you to the certain key points, like there's a save there, jump forward a couple seconds, that's where your keyframe is for why that goal was scored. Maybe it was a save and a pushback for punishment. That's how you would do that. Now, if you're trying to adjust speed, you press the same button you used to pause, you can hold that down, and you can use your left joystick to adjust what speed you want. Let's go back to 100%. And then same for the cameras. You can change your camera by holding it down. You can go fly, director, auto cam, all this stuff, director cam. And then for square, you can select your players, and you just kind of like, you highlight it and let go. So you're just going to hold that button down, and as long as you hold that button down, that menu stays up. You can select what camera you want to view. And then you can go to director, all this, or press triangle to get a soft attach. And once you get the soft attach, it pulls up all the menu. So that way you can get the player view, auto cams, fly, soft attach, hard attach, all that stuff. And then that's as far as all the key points. That's pretty much all the basics, really. I would mainly, depending on what you're looking for positioning wise, I would switch over to the fly cam. And the best way to view positioning is to come to the middle of the field and use your right trigger to go up. and look at it from the sky view. And then as far as positioning goes in twos, you never want to be, it's kind of like threes, you don't ever want to be too close together and you don't want to be too far apart. Same concept goes. So pretty much like if you were to take all four corners, oh no, if you were to take all four corners and just make another cube there, so split the field in fours, and then split each one of them sections into eight fours as well. So you're going to have four corners at the top, four corners at the bottom, and those are the squares that you need to be in. But you don't want to be more than one square apart in twos unless you're pushing back because they got to clear, or unless you know they're going to get a clear. Because otherwise you're relieving pressure, and if you release pressure, then they can push back to your side of the field anyway. So it's kind of like a positioning thing, but you don't want to be too close and you don't want to be too far apart. Like right here, me and Daniel's almost perfect because he's pushing upfield, and then I'm not a square apart. I'm like in this, we're in two different squares there. He's midfield, and I'm over here in a corner square for the corner. And then, but you have Prague over here, and you have Squish Squish down there. They're actually almost too far apart because you have him in the mid, and you have a square in between. So if you draw four squares here, there's a square in between Squish Squish and Prague. So they could get punished. They have a lot of space they can get punished at. Which is, well, luckily they had pressure here, and they kept it pretty good. I think they got a challenge. But kind of what you want to look for. You want to make sure that you're not like over rotating. You want to make sure that you're not putting yourself out of position in twos, threes, anything. Except for ones. Ones, you're always out of position. It's unstoppable. But yeah, see, we had a big clear there, and then it resulted in a goal on them. So we did get the goal there because it was out of position. Probably see it right here because Prague's last man back. He beams it. Bam. So they should have been back a lot faster here. And they're both like just too far apart. Prague, he was good there going far post, but he missed the save, probably thinking Squish Squish was going to get it. There's no telling. Yeah, that's where far post comes in play. That was kind of a high pressure situation though. So, it's kind of what you want to look for, you know. It probably happens to us right here. Like we're staying a little too far apart here. And then Daniel comes in on me. But that's, I mean, this is all like twos, like we're just doing in-houses here, so it's kind of casual. But you just want to keep that in mind. Actually, I think he, when he went up, he kind of shift flipped there, I think, if I'm mistaken on that one. Yeah. That's the end of the video, guys. Just wanted to give you all that.